Here on Apple today, you can see that price is moving to the upside. We've been putting in brand new demand zones along the way over the past few months as this thing is just continuing to go to the upside. Apple is releasing a new phone here very shortly, and it looks like things are very, very positive for Apple overall. So no resistance to really mention here right now on Apple, but we just saw a price break out of this little range that I was in for the past few weeks here. It just broke out here over the past couple days. So as we drill down into the 60-minute time frame, let's look at where price is likely to come back if it does come back. All right. Basically, we're looking for the pullback in the uptrend. Where is price likely to come back to as we continue to soar here on Apple? So the first area that comes to mind is right around in here. And this area is a little bit outside of the daily zone, the daily demand zone that we have down below us. Inside the daily demand zone, we have a zone right on the edge here. Right there, there's a nice little daily demand zone for you inside that big daily zone. Okay, so those are the two areas that I'm looking at right now as far as a possible retracement coming to. But other than that, I really don't see price pulling back to anything major other than those two areas. So continue to look for Apple to break into the 170 area and possibly much, much higher. As we continue to look at the different cell phone manufacturers here, we're going to look at Sony here on the daily time frame. Now, what's interesting about Sony here on the daily time frame is basically we've seen Sony top out here at about 4160, and now price has given us a real good solid pullback. And now it looks like it's going to head right back into supply here at 39.81 all the way up to about 40.69. So I'm looking for price to hit some resistance here in the next day or two as it continues to go up here. So as we look down into the 60-minute time frame, let's just go ahead and identify some of these key areas that we're going to be looking for a little bit of resistance as price continues to push up here. And the first one here is right before, or excuse me, right after the gap here. Okay, so I'm looking right around the $40 level, and let's color that with a red little color here. And then the other resistance zone inside of here is at the very top of this little pivot point right up there, and I'm looking for price to really respect one of these two areas overall here in the next couple days. So when price comes back into this area, we might see a nice little bounce off of this. Price gives this zone some love, comes back down here into this gap area, and then it continues to follow through by pushing through this gap to the upside. So that's I think a real good possibility. So far on the daily time frame, I see nothing that says that this market is in a downtrend by any stretch, but it could be a nice little push to the downside here and then continue to the upside to retest the highs there at 41.60.